Hello everyone, Andy here. Today I would like to analyze the company Tilray, as a lot of you requested. Well, what can I say about the company? The company, as you know, is basically engaging in research, cultivation, processing, and distribution of medical cannabis products in Canada, United States, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, Latin America, and internationally. Obviously, up until now, cannabis, as you know, is a very tricky investment. A lot of countries have banned it. A lot of countries have legalized it, including Germany and some states in the United States. So it's really a tricky business. I believe in Canada, it has also been legalized and, of course, also restricted. But the company has been performing not so good. I'm not going to lie to you. Their balance sheet is not a kind of balance sheet we want to look at. As you can see here, the net profit margin is horrible, negative. They're losing money up until now, or up until February 29th when they last reported. Their earnings and revenue history have not really been so much of a good news either. But now that I depressed the shit out of you, maybe I could also show you the light at the end of the tunnel. As you can see, at least the revenue has been hiking up recently, and their debt to equity history is pretty much under control, which is not so bad. And what makes me a little bit interested is that the general public basically own 90% of the shares of the company. Institutions only 9%. This, as you know, is good news and bad news at the same time, because the public normally they react dramatically based on news, and they're mostly seasonal. However, institutions are more solid with a clear plan. And as you can see, their top shareholders, basically the Vanguard Group, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, BlackRock, they own very small portions of the company. So maybe that's not at all bad news. However, let's go to the chart and see what the chart has to say. On the long term, guys, this is not the kind of company we are at all interested. Those who've been following my channel, they know we are value investors. We do tend to trade every now and then, but our trades are normally solid trades with solid returns. So this kind of chart does not look interesting to me. But if you're here and you want to see if there is value in investing in this chart, well, I can give you some good news. We'll take a look at this here, guys. We have a very solid support line, the thick green line that you see there, and we have a very solid resistance line, is the red line that you see over there. Now, what has happened recently is ever since, when was that, like April the 3rd, when we had a big jump, probably on the back of good news, or maybe hopes for good shares report, earnings report. We actually tested exactly the height of that thick red line, which was at close to $3 range, and then immediately got rejected. Then we tested again the bottom line, which is very interesting for me, because normally you don't see that kind of behavior from a company. So we tested the 1.60 range, and what was left behind was this rectangle that was omni-open. We had to fill it up, and that's why we had this rally right there, in order to fill up this range. And then afterwards, we created a very solid, I would say, sort of a support line right there. So here's the news for you. As long as that support line is kept, we're going to continue the trend towards this range, as long as, of course, that red line is kept, which is exactly at $2 range, let's say. And we might come down to check this range exactly, 190 range, in which case it would not worry us, as long as, again, we keep this green line upwards. If for any reason that green line is basically broken downwards, guys, definitely do not stay in this chart. If you're a trader, just get rid of them, dump them, because there is no future for this company. The company's already making a lot of losses. I do not recommend you investing too much of your money into this kind of chart. Like I said, you might have a good chance of winning if you are within this range. You are definitely over this green line, and you're over. You could keep and hold the $2 range, which is not so easy. But if that happens, then I could see a potential all the way run up to the $3 point again. But there is a lot of ifs and buts and maybes. So something for you maybe to keep in mind. I hope that helped some of you who trade this company. Thank you very much and have a wonderful week.